I want to have my garden this year. Space was an issue at our apartment, and I love having a garden, so I'm really excited to have a big area this year. So I'm going to be starting that in probably May. I'll probably start prepping in early May, and I'll plant in late May. With Maine, it's a little tricky because sometimes we get frost really late in the spring. And so, like, that happened a couple years ago, and some of my plants died because of it. So you have to be, like, really careful with frost here. So I'll probably plant in late May and prep in early May. So there'll be some videos all about that. I wanted to come on and officially announce that this vlog is now not only getting the chickens, but also some garden prepping and coop prepping. I wanted to take you guys along for the whole experience because it's kind of like a chicken spring, like, outdoorsy weekend, and I figure that this is kind of like all encompassing like what it is in spring here, and I love this time of year. So I've got my plot starting to be dug up, but man, is this gonna be a lot of work. So for 10 by 15, I've got about 6 feet and it's a lot of work. That's it right there. So it's been a couple weeks since I last checked in about the garden. I'm going to show you guys the progress at the moment. Admittedly, we're still not 100% dug up yet, but we're working on it, and this is Memorial Day weekend when I'm planting. So the idea is that we'll be hopefully planting tomorrow or Monday. Today's Saturday. So let me show you guys that. So this is where we're at, and honestly, it's a lot of work digging it by hand. Brandon's been doing this whole back part. I did the front, and he did this whole piece here. I honestly can't. I can't do it. It's a lot of work. So anyway, I'm going to cut over to show you guys my vegetable layout right now because I realized I haven't shown you guys the actual plan for this. It's 10 by 15, and I made a map in Adobe Illustrator that's like to scale. So let me cut to that right now. All right, guys, so this is my garden plan. I built this, like I said, in Adobe Illustrator, and the reason I love building stuff to scale in this program is because you can turn on this grid feature. So these squares here represent a foot or 12 inches. So I have 15 going across and 10 going down, and that allows me to really map out where everything is going to go. So I did some research on how much room each plant is going to need. The cucumbers, they do recommend 2 feet unless you have a trellis and you're going to grow them upward. So this year, that's what I'm going to try just to save myself a little bit of space. I'm going to do the trellis. And then the carrots, I allotted 2 feet for them because they don't need very much space at all in between. So I figure within the 2 feet, I can fit 8 plants. The bell peppers need about a foot apart from each other. I think I could have gone further with them, but I'm just going to watch them very carefully and make sure they don't kind of overgrow each other. The cherry tomato plant will have a trellis as well. Iceberg lettuce over here, allotted 2 feet for that. So this is 3 plants, 4 plants. This one will have 8. I just put 2 carrots in there. This is 1 plant, 2 plants. Mini watermelon, 2. These need a lot of space for their vines, as do the pumpkins. So I put these in the back of the garden with a full 2 feet of space between these rows, so these vines can grow outward and back, and the pumpkin is at the very edge, so it'll have space behind it as well. So I made over here a list of everything to plant and how much space they need, and I'm just going to reference this as I'm setting up the garden and planting the seeds. You may also notice we have a little list down here: sunflowers, raspberries, blueberries, and strawberries. These are all going to be planted on the perimeter of the yard, and the sunflowers are actually going to be right up near the house. I probably won't feature these in this video. It depends on whether we buy them right now or not. I don't know if we're going to buy everything all at once, but the raspberries, blueberries, and strawberries are going to end up kind of being like perimeter bushes, and our hope is that they'll spread, and over the many years we're here, we'll end up with a healthy perimeter of berry bushes. I think that would be really cool and just really fun. So this is the plan. We're going to follow this as closely as possible. And it was nice to be able to make sure I was going to have exactly enough space. Honestly, probably didn't need to space it out as much as I did here, but I just want to be safe and we have the space, so why not? Okay, so here is the plan. We got 4 bags of cow manure, 4 bags of Miracle-Gro gardening soil, and we got some stakes there for the fencing, which I'm not going to do yet. But what I'm going to do now, this is all ready to go, ready for nutrients. So I'm going to take the manure, spread it out throughout the entire plot, just kind of like mix it in and rake it in. And then we're going to take 2 bags of the Miracle-Gro, mix those in kind of evenly throughout the plot. And then I'm going to take the last 2 bags of Miracle-Gro and I'm going to use them to focus where I'm planting the seeds specifically, so that gets extra nutrients right there. That was all Brandon's suggestion, I just want to add, not mine. So he has a lot more of a green thumb than me, so that was his suggestion, and we're going to see how that works. This is the first year of a garden here, so we're going to see how the soil does. I think it's going to do really well right here, but you never know. Okay, so I've got everything kind of mixed in, and now it's time to mark out where everything is going. I've got my map on Brandon's phone. I'm going to film with my phone, so I've got a map on Brandon's phone to reference, and basically going to go through and I'm going to measure it all out. I'm going to like stamp down the dirt where the empty space is going to be, like in between the rows, so that way I can kind of visualize it a little bit better. And then I'm going to go back in and start doing my planting. Probably going to put my Miracle-Gro also like in those spots too ahead of time. I'm not doing a ton of plants, as you guys saw. Like, it's only a few per type this year. I just want to see how things grow. I have no idea how it's going to go. Some of these things I've never really grown before, so this is all kind of a new thing. The only thing I've really grown, I think, of everything this year is cucumber, and I always successfully grow cucumber, although they're not very hard to grow. So everything else is an adventure. So we're going to see how this all goes. It's really windy. I don't know if you guys can tell or not. You can kind of see where my long rows are. This is where pumpkins and watermelon are going. They need a lot of space, so I have 2 feet in between those rows, and then I have kind of almost 2 feet in the back there for vines. And then I've got this actually right here is a blank space. I was gonna put lettuce here, but I decided not to do lettuce. I think I'm gonna put some flowers in instead. I was hearing some advice about inviting pollinators in so I can plant companion plants. I learned this on TikTok. Basically, you want to invite the pollinators to be in and around the veggies. So I might put in some flowers. This little spot right here, it's little, is going to be a cherry tomato plant, and I'm going to have a trellis here, although I didn't like any of the trellises there today, so I'm going to wait and get one at the Agway. And then in the front here, we've got cucumber, bell pepper, and carrots. Carrots have a little space because they can be planted quite close. We're gonna have 4 bell pepper plants and then 3 cucumber plants. There's about a foot in between each row, and they'll be a little more visible once I get the Miracle-Gro on there. I'm gonna put it very intentionally in all these spots. Hopefully I have enough, I don't know. I also forgot to mention that I'm getting a trellis for my cucumbers this year too. I have an issue with cucumbers being crowded all the time. No matter what I do, I just feel like I never can plant them far enough apart. And I always forget how many cucumbers a plant will yield. It's always like way more than I'm remembering. So I'm gonna try the trellis this year. Again, don't have it yet. I'm gonna get one at the Agway. Sorry, Brandon's mowing in the background. It's kind of loud. I don't know if you guys can hear it. We're also doing something else. Let me show you. Ta-da! Heck yeah, that's a pool. So we actually cleaned out all back here. This was full of scrap wood and junk, and we cleaned it up, leveled it, and then put in this pool. This is my mom's pool that she's had for several years. She used it for one summer, and then they moved, and the house that they live at now has no flat area for her to put this. So it's been sitting in her garage, and she was like, hey, do you want our pool? And I was like, heck yeah, we want your pool. So yeah, we're putting this in, and then we'll have like a space here. Oh, there he goes. He's going to empty the bag. So we'll have a space over here for like chairs, and this will eventually be seated and be just grass. But yeah, we dug it all up. There's obviously still rocks and stuff, but I love this. It's gonna be kind of private back here, and then this is the view. When you're in the pool, you just be looking out over the fields.
Doesn't look too bad so far.
No, it's filling up nice.
It's a little uneven, but
a little bit.
I think it'll hold itself okay though.
I just think it's so funny how fast he's going. He's like full speed. Okay, so as you can see, I have some little mounds. This one's more just filled in. This one's more just filled in too. And then there's some mounds here. I actually ended up having some left over, but I think I'm just gonna save it because I know I'm gonna add to this blank space right here. I'm gonna do flowers or something, so I don't want to use all of my stuff up. We're also gonna plant some bushes along the perimeter, some berry bushes, so we'll save it for that too, I think. So now I'm just gonna plant seeds exactly where these mounds are so they get some extra nutrients, and then we'll be good. And I'm just gonna do some watering, and then we're gonna build the fence around the perimeter, and that's all she wrote. Alright, so now I'm going to start working on the fence. The stakes are behind me, as you can see. We bought 10 of them, so there will be 2 on each side, which is 10 feet, so they'll be 5 feet apart, and then there'll be 3 along the long sides. And we have some 1/4-inch hardware cloth that we actually were gifted by the lady who sold us the house, which is awesome. Shout out to you, Linda. Thank you very much. I'm going to use it for this, and we'll probably have some left over to use for the coop too, which is still doesn't have wire on it. I'm working on it. So I'm gonna use that for my fencing, and I'm just gonna zip tie it to the stakes. So first I'm just gonna drive the stakes into the ground where they need to go, and then we will hopefully just be able to wrap the fencing around it. This is probably easier said than done. We'll see. Okay guys, this is where I'm going to end the vlog for now. I got hardware cloth on this side, and then that far side over there, half of it is done. I'm going to stop for today though, because it's about 6 o'clock, it's like dinner time, and I want to go in and eat. I'm hungry, very tired and hungry. We're going to pick this up in the morning. I'm just going to finish the hardware cloth, but it's pretty much what this is going to look like for right now. My plan is that I want to do like a garden tour, probably late summer, just to give you guys an update of how everything is going. So I'll show you how everything's growing and changing. There might be an update before then, depending on how quickly things are growing and changing. But once it's interesting enough, I will do a little tour and update you. Up next weekend, hopefully, is moving the chickens into their coop. So there'll be a vlog on that that you guys will see very soon. I'm very excited for that, and you'll get a full coop tour. We have it painted, the roof is on, just needs some chicken wire. I'm really excited. I'm really happy that the sun is going in because it was very hot today. We have family coming tomorrow. It's gonna be 84, and we're just gonna have a chill day aside from doing this in the morning. The rest of the day is gonna be really chill. And yeah, I'm so glad you guys were here for this vlog. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Let me know down below, what is your favorite thing to plant in your garden? I would say my favorite thing is probably cucumbers, but that's only because I'm usually successful with cucumbers and not other things. Fingers crossed that we're more successful this year with other things. I have a good feeling about this. So that is it. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure if you like lifestyle content like this, gardening, chickens, just lifestyle in general, subscribe to my channel for more, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.